Hey everybody! I'm here today to tell you how to tell if your car speakers are blown. In this video, I will be going over a few specific things that you can do to tell whether or not your car speakers are blown and to sort of try and get to the root of the problem. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am huge on car speakers. My cars nowadays don't have any crazy speakers because I'm a dad, but when I was in my younger days, I had these three massive, powerful subwoofers in the trunk of my Civic. They were crazy, they were ridiculous. And the car before that was even crazier. The car was older, but I basically redid the entire sound system top to bottom on the entire car. It was an older car, so I could take the whole thing apart. Anyways, with that being said, I've encountered my fair share of blown speakers, and this is how I tell if they're blown. Number one is if you hear a distorted sound. Your speakers are beginning to blow if you hear the sound that they're producing is a little bit distorted. So if I was talking like this and you hear like a weird sound like this from the speaker, that sort of rumbling, rattling sound from the voice or from the music of the speaker, then there's a good chance that it's starting to blow and it needs to be replaced. There's really no way to fix that other than replacing the speaker. Number two is you hear a faint rattling sound instead of music. So if you hear, instead of music playing, if you hear like a little rattling sound, the speaker's done, okay? The speaker is done. You need to make sure that you replace it or deal with it not producing sound. But if you hear rattling sound, it's worse than not hearing anything at all because it distorts the sound of the music overall. You're better off not hearing any sound than hearing a little rattling sound. So if you listen closely to that specific speaker that you think is blown and you hear a little faint rattling sound, it's done. It's going to have to be replaced. Number three, the speaker is missing either the bass, the treble, or the mids. Now, different speakers have different parts of them. So some speakers will have a built-in subwoofer and then even a tweeter in them. The high-end speakers will be able to hit the bass, the mids, and the treble all separately. What I recommend that you do is on your actual head unit of your car, the thing that controls the volume and stuff for the music. I do recommend that you turn like the treble all the way up and listen to that speaker, then turn the mids all the way up while the treble and the bass are down, for instance, and listen to that speaker, and then turn only the bass up while the treble and the mids are all the way down and listen to that speaker. That will allow you to know if there's a problem with one specific tonality within the speaker, okay? And keep the volume low, because if you turn the bass all the way up, you don't want to be cranking the volume on that speaker. Just keep the volume relatively low, but listen for the lack of a specific tone. Number four is you touch the speaker and it's not vibrating. Now, speakers vibrate when they produce sound. So if you have the ability to remove the door panel and touch the actual speaker and you don't feel any vibration from that specific speaker, that's going to be a problem. It's likely blown, or there could be a loose connection as well. But if you have to dig a little bit deeper into that. Also, you can touch the grill on top of the door panel that's on top of the speaker. But be aware that if you touch that, you might be feeling vibration from other speakers. So you're going to use the next tip that I'm going to tell you about to get specifically to that speaker. But you can compare that vibration on that grill to the vibrations on the other grills of the other speakers and see if it vibrates less. That will allow you to know if that speaker is producing any vibration or not. Last but not least is number five, which is probably the most useful tip in this entire video. And I saved it for last, so hopefully you stay tuned till the end for it. Hopefully you're still here at the end of the video. But you want to use the fader to isolate that specific speaker. On your head unit, you can probably fade to the left, fade to the right, and then even fade forward and fade backwards. So you want to use the fader to isolate that specific speaker and try and figure out for that specific speaker what sound it's producing or what lack of sound it's producing. That will allow you to know if there's a problem with the speaker and if it's blown, or if there's a loose connection. Most of these will lead to the speaker being blown, okay? Most of these will show you that the speaker's blown, but for some of them, there could be another problem. So the most important thing is isolate that speaker, figure out if it's an actual problem, and then you can deal with it. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.